in, please. The courtroom is open tonight. Take a seat. Right there. Yes. It's quiet now. Everyone's gone home. But not me. I stayed behind. I'm not supposed to be here technically. This case was sealed years ago, hidden deep inside the archives. But when I saw the label on the folder, something told me to look closer. It didn't have a name. Just one word, written in faded ink. Trial. I opened it, expecting nothing. And yet, what I found didn't belong in any courtroom I've ever known. Old transcripts, witness notes, photographs with faces crossed out, and at the very end, a small disc. No number, no initials, just the word again. Trial. I loaded it on my laptop, thinking it was evidence. The screen flickered, and for a moment I thought it was empty. Then, something appeared. A picture. A person. Or maybe not. A face smiling too wide, staring directly into the camera, then gone. I closed the laptop and stepped back. The air felt heavy, like someone had just spoken behind me. But when I turned around, there was nothing. Only silence. The next morning, I tried to open the file again. It had vanished. The disk was still there, but it was empty. I checked the registry, and there was no record of it ever being used. Yet somehow, my computer remembered the name. Trial. So I went digging. Every case with missing evidence. Every hearing that ended without a verdict. And in each one, I found the same initials written in the margins. ER, always in different handwriting, but always the same letters. Whoever ER was, they wanted to be found. Or maybe they wanted to be forgotten. I spent days in this very room, surrounded by boxes and paper and silence. Sometimes late at night I'd hear typing. Faint, rhythmic, deliberate. Not from my desk, from the judge's bench. When I went to look, the screen was on. A single word blinked back at me. Continue. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe a glitch. Maybe a leftover test file, but the next night it happened again. And again. Each time the same message. Continue. I started to feel like I was being led somewhere. Like the case itself was alive, waiting for me to follow its trail. Then, in one of the older transcripts, I found a statement. It wasn't official, just scribbled notes from an unrecorded session. It read, I warned them not to record it. The evidence isn't just proof, it's presence. Once you see it, it doesn't forget you. That line, it stayed with me. Because what if evidence could watch back? What if truth wasn't just something we observed, but something that observed us too? I kept reading until I reached the last page. Half the words were gone, erased by time, but one sentence was still visible, faintly pressed into the paper. Erase this before it erases you. That was when I stopped. I closed the file, locked it away, and told myself I was done. But the sound of typing never stopped. Sometimes I hear it even now, behind me, like someone's still writing the verdict. Listen, can you hear it? That faint click, click, click. It's closer now, isn't it? Coming from under the bench where you're sitting. Don't move yet. Just breathe. In, out. Feel the wood beneath your fingers. It's cold, isn't it? Older than this building. Older than me. I run my hand along the grain every night, searching for the spot where the initials are carved. ER. They're there, just beneath the varnish. I found them with a fingernail. You can feel them too if you press hard enough. Go on, trace it. The curve of the E, the slash of the R. It's warm now, isn't it? Like skin. I began to notice patterns. The lights in the corridor flicker at 2:13 a.m. every night, exactly the time the disc first played. drops 3 degrees whenever I open the folder. I measured it. I wrote it down. I told myself it was coincidence. But then the handwriting changed. ER became ER became ER. But the pressure on the page grew heavier, like someone pressing harder each time, trying to break through. I started sleeping in the courthouse, not because I wanted to, because I couldn't leave. The doors locked themselves at midnight. The key turned on its own. I heard it. Click, click, click. 3 times, like a gavel. One night I brought a recorder. I set it on the judge's bench, pressed record, and waited. I didn't speak. I just listened. At 2:13 a.m., the typing began. But this time, it wasn't random. It was a sentence. I played it back the next morning. The voice wasn't mine. It was calm. Too calm. It said, "You're not the first to stay. You won't be the last." I deleted the file, but it reappeared the next day. Same timestamp. Same voice. Same words. I stopped deleting. I went back to the archives. I pulled every box labeled closed. No verdict. There were 47. The same number as the seconds of silence in your Zoom call. No, that's not right. This isn't about you. This is about the trial. But maybe it's always been about you. Maybe every case is. I found a photograph in box 23. A courtroom. This courtroom. But the date on the back was tomorrow, November 11th, 2025. The picture showed a person sitting exactly where you are now. Their face was blurred, but their hand was writing, ER. I turned the photo over. On the back, in fresh ink, continue. I started to understand. The trial isn't a case. It's a loop. It begins when someone opens the folder. It ends when someone else does. There's no verdict. There's only continuation. I tried to burn the disc. It wouldn't melt. I tried to smash it. The hammer bounced off. I tried to throw it away. It was back on my desk by morning, with a new file, named after me. My full name, my birthday, my blood type. I didn't put it there. I stopped fighting it. I started writing. Every night, I sit at the bench. I type. I don't know what I'm writing, but when I read it back, it's not my voice. It's the next witness, the next keeper, the next ER. I leave clues. I cross out faces. I hide the disc. I wait. And when someone finds it, when someone says trial out loud, the loop begins again. You said it, didn't you? When you walked in. You didn't mean to, but you did. And now the lights are flickering. Can you feel it? The air is heavier. The typing has started. Not from the bench. From under your chair. Listen. It's writing your name. ER. No. That's not right. Your initials. Your story. Your silence. I used to think justice was about truth. Now I know it's about memory. Some things aren't meant to be judged. They're meant to be carried. Passed on. Like a sentence with no period. Like a trial with no end. You can leave now. The door is unlocked. But the folder will follow. The disc will appear. The typing will begin. And one day, you'll come back. You'll sit in this chair. You'll open the file. And you'll say, "Come in, please. The courtroom is open tonight." I'll be gone by then. But I'll be here. In the margins. In the flickering lights. In the silence between keystrokes. ER. Continue. 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 You might think I imagined it. I wish I had. But when you try to report this case, the number won't exist. The clerk will look at you and say, "There's no record of that file. Are you sure you're in the right courtroom?" You will be. You always have been. This room remembers, even when the people forget. I found one final note, written in pencil on the inside of the folder. It said, "Who judges the judge?" I've thought about that a lot. Who judges us? When we decide what's right and what's hidden. I used to believe justice was clean, black and white, case closed. But now I think justice is just another story we tell ourselves to feel safe. Maybe that's what ER understood. Maybe that's why they hid the file. Not because it was dangerous, but because it was true. I shouldn't have opened it, but I did. And now I can't stop thinking about it. That disc, that name, that word repeating itself like a whisper. Trial, trial, trial. Every time I say it, I feel like the courtroom breathes again, like it's waiting for the next witness to speak. You shouldn't have come here tonight, but now that you have, you're part of it too. You've heard the evidence. You know it exists. And maybe, just maybe, it knows you now. If you ever hear typing when you're alone, if you ever see a file named Trial appear on your screen, don't open it. Don't read it. Just walk away. Because some truths don't want to be spoken. They just want to be remembered. I'll stay here a little longer. There's still questions I need to ask. And someone, somewhere, is still listening. So if you ever wonder what happened to this case, just know it isn't finished. Justice never ends. It only pauses, waiting for someone else to continue. And if you pick up where I left off, remember my name, or at least my initials. E.R. Continue. The lights dim to a single bulb above the bench. I stand, robe brushing the floor like dry leaves. My shadow stretches across the wall, longer than it should be. I place the disc on the seat you just left. It's warm, still spinning. I lean close to your ear, though you're already at the door. My voice is barely air. The verdict was never yours to give. It was always yours to become. The door closes on its own,